What's going on, guys? So today I'm heading to a neighboring town. It's called Warwick, New York. We're gonna be shooting photos on the A7C and also the 24-105 f4. I'm gonna be shooting buildings today. I'm not gonna be shooting people, barely even gonna be street photography. I think I'm just gonna be walking around. It's gonna be real chill. And yeah, if you are interested in seeing some of the photos and just overall video content, photo content that I've gotten with the 24-105, head to my Instagram, because I use the 24-105 for everything. And actually in Sicily, the only body and lens I brought was today's setup, the A7C and the 24-105. And I got some of my favorite photos that I've ever taken. Anyway, I am almost to my destination, so I'm gonna put this away and we're gonna kind of set up the chest mount and all that fun stuff and take some photos and see what we can get. Probably gonna fire off some test shots here. I am on aperture priority, so it's typically how I shoot when I'm out and about, and it's just for fun, just kind of focusing on composition. So usually I am looking through the viewfinder, but given that I kind of want you guys to see the back of the screen and kind of how I'm composing my shots and my settings, yeah, we're just shooting through the back of the screen today. Man, I haven't been to Warwick in a while. It'd be nice if somebody was on one of these benches. Pretty basic shot. There are some ducks down there. I don't know if you could see them. This guy is just going for it. So I'm just heading down a lot right now. I guess this building is for lease, but there's like a pretty cool reconditioned, I don't even know what you call it, something having to do with the railroad up here, and I think it would be a cool shot. Actually, this sold like shop looks pretty cool. Right now I'm just fully trusting the aperture priority exposure on here because I turned the display to sunny to make sure that you guys can see it when I'm shooting, but it's making everything like totally blown out, so I don't really know how that's gonna look, but I trust it. We're shooting raw too, and this is by no means the first time that I've shot aperture priority. Pretty much shoot almost everything aperture priority, as long as I'm shooting raw. Video is obviously another story. That is pretty cool up there. I don't know if I can control the gimbal here. If you guys can see up top. It's kind of a cool little patio they have. Looks nice. But, it's definitely an interesting looking building. I'm gonna just stay at 24 for this, get kind of a wide shot. So, I know there are a lot of people who don't like the level, little kind of auto level on the camera. I love it. It just saves me kind of time in post. Even if I do have to straighten it out a little bit, it's it's almost there. It's like 95% of the way there. And I am just kind of a stickler for straight horizons in my photos and my video. So this used to be a bike shop. This was a bike shop that I bought a bike at. And right next to it is a cafe where I actually asked my current fiance to prom, which was kind of a nightmare at the time because I actually sang to her in front of a bunch of people. It's a whole other story for another time. So we've essentially made a full circle, but I think we're gonna head up that way a little bit more before going back. It's an interesting little caboose, trolley, whatever you call this. This is it's kind of interesting. Like we might be able to do something here. Play with all these lines a little. So when I do shoot an aperture priority, I'm using the exposure compensation dial, and that makes it pretty hard when, or I should say, oh hello. When my screen brightness is on sunny, that makes it pretty hard to tell, how much I'm underexposing versus overexposing. But it is what it is. We'll see. Again, the beauty of shooting raw. It's over here. That's nice. That's nice. It's kind of a cool scene. Try to get it head on. This is kind of a cool alleyway I just passed by. Oh, that's very pretty. It's a nice little storefront here. Kind of go wide on here. Oops. Love when a car just gets in the way. I'll try to compose that a little bit better. Fine dining. Who's that? Coquito. Fine dining. Actually, haven't been to this side of Warwick, I think maybe ever. I've just never been down this street before. It's definitely interesting. There's a lot of storefronts that are just empty. A lot of space for lease. Is that a robin? Oh, if that is a robin, Julia's gonna be proud of me. If it's not a robin, I don't think she's gonna be too happy. There's another one of those kind of caboose things. Little trolley car or whatever. Interesting. I'm gonna cross real quick. Wow, this is just really pretty. This is a really pretty church face we have. It's beautiful. As much as I like shooting on the Sony A7C, the shutter sound, it's not that great. It's so much better on the A7 IV. It's so much more pleasing to shoot with. But I gotta love just how compact this is. I mean, the fact that this is full frame camera with a 24-105. I mean, it's pretty wild. I'm sure the Mark II of this lens, whenever it comes out, is going to be even more compact. I really hope Sony makes a Mark II. There's definitely a good shot just now with those two ladies kind of sitting outside and eating outside of that, I guess it's a beer bar. Maybe they're just having some drinks, but anyway, those shots always look so nice, but I never want to be that creep who's just like taking pictures of them across the street. Like, it's so weird. In New York City, I'll do it because it's just kind of like expected, but in these smaller towns, it feels way too uncomfortable sometimes to get those kinds of shots. I'd say this is a pretty basic shot right here, but you know, we gotta get it anyway. So I'm just gonna compose it a little bit lower in the frame than maybe I normally would. Just have a little bit more negative space. And there's some shadow on the grass, which I think we could probably play with in post. Maybe we could even play with it right now just by underexposing a little. So, see how that looks? Oh man, it smells so good. There's a Japanese restaurant, sushi, down there, underneath that clock tower. Place rocks. So pretty much circling back at this point. I think I'm gonna call it. It's nice. I don't really think this will make a nice photo, just how busy it is. That's one of the downsides of the winter here, which obviously we're heading into spring, so things are getting much more lively. Still yet to see many leaves on trees, but when everything dies, it's just like a rat's nest. And when you photograph stuff like that, the frame just looks so busy, and it looks so bad. And if you don't have a lens that is like controls chromatic aberration well, then you're just gonna get a fuck ton of chromatic aberration, especially around anything that's backlit and thin, like all of these branches. Excuse me. So it makes it a little tough to shoot. This is definitely a nice little bridge. Somebody walking over this. I see there are kind of string lights too. Definitely in the evening with those lights on, somebody coming over that bridge would look pretty nice. You know, one thing that it's kind of just walking around taking photos is good for as well. It's not only just to test out new gear and kind of, you know, always be practicing and honing in your skills, but it's also a really kind of natural way to location scout for when you have a paid gig. You just kind of get more familiar with the area, and for example, just like I said, this bridge, maybe this will come in handy one day. Never know. Anyway, I think that about wraps it up. I don't really think I got anything that I'm proud of. Certainly nothing that I'm proud of. Just very basic, you know, shooting. But listen, it's nice to just get out sometimes. I've been inside all winter, I feel like. So, you know, nice day like this, get out, kind of flex the muscles again. Definitely a little bit rusty, but yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, and each season I feel like I'm starting over just a little bit, you know, not from scratch, but definitely feels like you kind of take a few steps back when you first get out each season. So I'm going to put all this gear away, and that's it.